Alright, what's going on, guys? Good morning, good evening. I don't know where you guys are right now, but it's good evening for me. Hopefully you guys are having a good day so far. I just got the text to go pick up the Rx8 from the shop, so I'm currently walking over there right now. Hopefully the audio is gonna be okay because I'm walking by like a busy part of town right now, so the audio is kind of chaotic and there's planes flying over me like every other minute. So, you know, hopefully that isn't killing the audio. But just in case you guys haven't kept up with the videos lately, right? Just for a little context, the past few days has been quite the experience for me in terms of automotive ownership. So the Rx8 had a coolant leak. I got that fixed, and right after coolant fix, I got rear-ended on the highway. Right after getting rear-ended on the highway, right, I went to go put on a new bumper on my car. And as I was putting on the new bumper, the car fell from the jack stand, so almost had to add a new thing to the list there. Almost got ran over by a car. But what was I saying? So I had the car on the jacks. Well, someone had the car on the jacks, and as they were working on the, as they jacked up the car, they had it in the wrong spot, so it fell from the jack stand. So the past few days has just been crazy in terms of like things happening to me and the car. But hopefully today will be the change of that, because the new bumper should be on the car right now. And hopefully after I have this done, there won't be any more issues with the Rx8 or just cars in general.
Stop the cap!
Hello. Hey, picking up the Rx8?
Yes, sir. A pinch weld?
Yeah.
There's a tool for it. I'm trying to get it. So once I get it, I'll give you a call.
Okay, cool.
We'll try then.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's actually the next day now. Yesterday when I was filming, the battery on my camera died. So I couldn't really get to film much of the actual bumper. I didn't get to show you guys around, but I'm moving the car for alternate side parking right now. And the lighting is a lot better right now anyway. So let me just show you guys the bumper real quick. So, honestly, in my opinion, it's not terrible. Like, it's pretty good for $100. If you guys didn't know, I paid $100 for the bumper. And in my opinion, it's pretty good because from like standing from here, I would not know anything is wrong with it. Like, it doesn't look like there's any defects at all, but of course it's $100, so there is going to be some defects. So let me just show you guys that real quick. So I think the biggest concern obviously is like these plastic trims right here. Like, they're really faded. They're supposed to be black, but it's the same thing on both sides. But that's something that I could fix pretty easily. I'll talk about that later on. But aside from those, honestly, the other imperfections are pretty minor. It's just like little rock chips here, and I think there's like two little small ones right here, and then there's a pretty long scratch right here, but that's like, if I really wanted to, I could buff this out. And there's another little scratch right here, but that's less visible. Honestly, in my opinion though, the only thing that really stands out the most right now in terms of making this bumper not perfect is those two like little exhaust vents, I guess you would call it, like those exhaust vents. Since they're faded, it dates the bumper a little bit. But I was recommended this product called Back to Black, and they was told that I could pick it up at AutoZone. So actually, speaking of which, there's like an AutoZone like right across the street. So Alright guys, so I just got the product, but I can't put it on right now because it says to apply to a cold surface. And if you guys know, rotaries run pretty hot, so that surface is definitely not cold right now, so I gotta wait to apply that. But I'm moving my car right back home right now for alternate side parking. Street cleaning should be done by the time I get back, so I'll put it on a little bit later today once the car cools off a little bit. Alright, what's up guys? So it's actually the next day again. I haven't put on the product on the bumper yet, but that was because all of yesterday I spent all my time chasing phone calls from the DMV. And I'm about to tell you guys why. It's because of this letter right here. But this is what I mean. Once, like this whole month, I've just been experiencing pretty bad luck, right? And this is like one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, and this is the next thing. Now, this is a really stupid thing, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. So I'm gonna just cover up my address here, but essentially, it's a registration hold notice, right? So I got this letter in the mail yesterday when I got home. It says my registration's on hold because there's 3 or more outstanding parking violations against a vehicle registered in my name. Now, before you guys think I'm just not paying parking tickets on my Rx8, here's the crazy part. This plate number right here, I don't know if it'll focus. if you guys know my car, that's not even a plate that I own, right? Now, before, there's a little bit more of a story that gets into this, right? So it's not that it's not a license that I own. If you guys remember, my first car was a Miata, and I bought that car like about almost 4 years ago now, but it's been about 2 years since I last had it. When I first got that car, the license plate that it came with was the number that's listed on the screen right here, which is JNL 3780. But once I got my Miata, I also put vanity plates on it, which is the same plate number that's on my RX8 right now. Because when I bought my RX8, I just transferred the plates straight over from the Miata to the RX8. Since it was totaled, it wasn't registered to a car anyways. That's the crazy thing, right? So I'm thinking to myself, how am I getting a registration hold notice? If you guys don't know what a registration hold is, right? Because I don't really know what it is. Essentially, it's, according to this letter right here, I can't renew my registration, or it's I think that's all it is. I don't know if that means it's also suspended, which I don't think it is, but we'll get to that later when I talk about my phone calls with the DMV, because you already know what dealing with the DMV is like, and this is literally just that on another level. So essentially, it's saying that I won't be able to renew my registration, right? And it's saying that I've been declared a scofflaw by the court, and a notice have been transmitted to the Commission on Motor Vehicles. And I have to Google what that is. It's essentially someone that's negligent of the law, and it's like refusing to pay a fee, obviously. So I'm not sure if I ever get pulled over, if something's gonna happen based on this. But obviously, there's like literally no number, no email, no nothing for me to contact, and it's like, this is important, do not ignore this notice, and it says act now, but there's like nothing for me to act upon. So I was like, all right, I guess I gotta call the DMV. I called the DMV, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been transferred and transferred and transferred. The moment bro, there's like literally probably 2 hours of just being transferred and transferred and transferred. I'm just on hold for the longest amount of time. And the moment I got a hold of somebody to talk to on the phone, right, they didn't even ask me for my driver's license number or nothing like that. They're like, all right, I explained the situation to them. I told them the plate, the number that's on the mail, right? And they're like, oh yeah, your registration is probably suspended. You have to go on the DMV website and get like this registration abstract. And I'm like, wait, hold up, like I'm trying to explain to them that I haven't had this car in like 3 years, and when I did have the car, I changed the plates, so there's no way that plate is still associated to me. And she's like, stop talking, let me explain. I'm like, what is this customer service right now? But anyways, I let her talk, because I know maybe she knew something that I didn't. She was like, you just gotta get this abstract. I can't do nothing to help you there, and blah blah. I was like, but I haven't had the car, like, you know, and like, even if it was associated to the Miata somehow, which it shouldn't be because I changed the plates on that, even if it was, I haven't had the car in like 2 years, and it caught on fire. How is it possible that I have outstanding parking violations? Because when it was totaled, the car had no parking violations. So my only assumption is that once I got the new plates on the Miata, when I got the vanity plates, they reissued my old plate number to someone else, and that someone else has been getting parking notice, like parking violations, and for some reason it's still connected to me. That at this point is still my assumption, right? So fast forward a little bit, she was absolutely no help at all. She told me to get a registration abstract, and I was like, what is a registration abstract? It's essentially a summary of your driving record. And I'm like, why do I need, like, who am I showing that to? She was like, show it to whoever you need to show it to. And I'm like, who is that? And then she's like, I don't know. It's like the DMV probably. I was like, all right, you're no help. I was like, all right, thank you for your time. I hang up and I call back, because obviously she was no help, so I was trying to get someone else. This was even longer wait time now, like probably 3 hours of just transferring on hold. No joke. When I finally got a person after like 2 hours, right, they picked up, they said hello. I literally, the only words I got out of my mouth was hello. I have a question about like a registration notice. And she's like, all right, give me 1 second. She was like, I'm gonna put you on hold. I thought it was gonna be like one of those 2-minute hold things so she could pull up some program on a computer. No, she transferred me for some reason, and I got the call saying on the phone, it was like, hey, please, your wait time is 59 minutes to 60 something. And I was like, did she just transfer me after only hearing me say the word hello? She literally picked up the phone and she's like, I'm not dealing with this today, and transferred me. So that was annoying, right? But after the hour of waiting, I finally got someone to answer some questions, and they actually asked for my license number so they could look up my records and stuff, right? So I don't have a hold on my registration. The dude I spoke to, I wish I remember his name, like, 'cause I appreciate him so much. He says I don't have a registration hold on my account. So I was thinking, is this just like a scam letter and they're trying to scam some money or something? But there's no link on here, right? So I was like, that seems pretty unlikely. I explained the situation to him. He was like, oh, well, I don't see any holds on your account or suspensions on your account. He said you should be fine to just ignore the letter. And right as I was about to hang up, he was like, wait, hold up, I do see something that says the town of Babylon, active May 22nd of 2023, which is literally just last week. So I'm like, all right, May 22nd, huh? Well, I don't live in the town of Babylon, so what should I do? He gives me a phone number for the court of number of town of Babylon. He told me that I should call them and, you know, see what happens there. But you know what's the crazy part? I dialed that number and that extension no longer exists. It's not even active. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up right now just so you guys could hear what happens when I dial the number that he gave me.
Thanks for calling. To help us better serve your needs, please listen closely to the following offers and services available to you, as the number you've dialed may no longer be in.
That's it. That's literally all it shows. I was like, this is not good. I just hung up with like the only person that's been communicating with me, and now the number that gave me to call is no longer in service. What do I do? So I just Googled the town of Babylon, and I looked up their like pretty much all the number, and I found the parking violation bureau, and I finally got to speak to someone else that actually cared. So I speak to this really nice lady. Also forgot her name. I just wish I remember these people's name. But I finally spoke to her. I tell her that what the situation is, and she's like, oh, okay, that's funny, because like, you know, I'm not seeing like anything like pop up under my name. So I was like, oh, that's okay. And then she looks up the plates, and she's like, wait, I do see 3 parking violations under this car, though, for the JNL 3780, which is not my plates. And she says, is your car a gold Toyota something? I forgot what it was. It started with a C. It could have been a Corolla, Camry, Crown, I don't know. But I was like, no, I don't even own a Toyota. I never own a Toyota. She's like, that's crazy. Well, I'm going to have them do an investigation on this, and then that's where we left it. I haven't received a call back yet, but I did give her my number and my name, and you know, she got the information to contact me if, you know, anything comes of this investigation. But right now, I don't think there's anything wrong with my registration, but I can't really tell for sure, because one lady said, oh yeah, your registration is probably suspended, blah blah, and then the other dude that actually looked saying that there's nothing on my account, so I feel like I should believe him. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy right now. I'm not really sure how some dude with a Toyota have anything to do with me in terms of like how's his license number connected to my name still. I forfeited that license like over 2 years ago, so I don't know how this works. But essentially, long story short, I think I'm okay, but I can't say for a fact like 100%. So I don't know what's happening. It's been a stressful like day yesterday, and so I have not just put the product on the bumper yet. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a little update. It's literally just one thing after the other with me this month. It's just like coolant leak, car accident, dropped the car from the bumper, and then like now this. And I'm hoping my luck changed, like, but last time I said that, you know, I kind of jinxed myself. So we'll see what happens from here. But yeah, that's my little rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So I'm just gonna get changed right now, because I have to work in a little bit as well. But I'm gonna get changed, and we're gonna put the product on the car. So let's go do that. Alright, so the instruction on this thing says to clean the surface first. So I'm just gonna use some of this Chemical Guys waterless car wash to spray down the area before applying this product to it. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Spray some on the microfiber, and I'm just gonna wipe it down. Alright, so it's really hard doing this with one hand, so I have to put the camera down. But now that it's dried up, I cleaned the area, I should just be able to squeeze some of this onto like a microfiber applicator, if it will come out, you know. So I gotta take this thing out. Oh shit! It just squirted at me. Yeah, boy. Now I should just be able to put this thing on to my applicator pad right here, and you know, kind of just apply this thing on. Hopefully you guys can see it, but I'm just gonna go slowly put this on. Alright guys, so it's actually been a few minutes now. I think I followed all the directions to the T for the product. I applied a solid amount to the exhaust guards, right? I cleaned it up, I rubbed it in, massaged it in. I waited a few minutes for it to penetrate, and then after that I grabbed the clean microfiber towel to really just buff it out, and this is what it looks like now. Now, you could probably tell, you can still see a pretty big difference between the color over here. Well, I guess my camera just decided to blend it all in, but okay, yeah, but right now you can see there's a pretty big difference between the colors here, and in this part where it's in direct sunlight, you could really tell this is still kind of like a grayish color compared to the actual black right here. Now, this might, alright, so the product does says to apply to a cool surface, and obviously the car is cold, right? I haven't started it at all today, so it's a completely cold car, but you can probably tell from the sunlight and by the fact that I'm sweating, it's pretty hot out today. It's a solid 80 right now, and it's gonna get like to the hotter, like mid 80s later today. So it's definitely not the coolest that it could be. Maybe when it does get colder, like maybe towards later tonight, I'll just apply some more just to see what that's gonna be like. But for now, you definitely could tell that there is a shine to it. It could just be that I literally just applied the product, or maybe this is just, you know, how the product is supposed to look. So not 100% sure, but honestly though, even if it just stays looking like this is a really bad angle because it's like all the sunlight, but even if it stays like this, I would be pretty happy with it because the rest of the bumper looks good compared to my old one. So pretty happy with the way things came out. Got OD people right now just trying to get past. I'm not blocking anybody's way, so not sure what that's about, but yeah, this is how the car currently looks, and I am pretty satisfied with it. Alright, what's going on guys? Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope you guys know I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch the content. But I think this video is gonna conclude the rear-ended accident like saga thing. You know, the bad luck saga still goes on because, you know, I still haven't heard back from the registration hold notice thing yet. Hopefully I do hear back from them soon, but haven't heard back from them yet. But for as terms of the rear-ended, you know, the new bumper's on, and I had the car inspected under it to make sure everything's okay from having that fall from the jack stand, and everything does seem to check out. So I'm gonna conclude this. You know, it's pretty good now. So yeah, that's done. And I also put on the back to black product. It does look a little bit it's not as back to black as I would like it to be, but I'm probably gonna go apply some more when it does get cooler outside, and you know, hopefully that will help it. But aside from that, the car is good now. I do realize the past few videos though, it's just been a lot of negative things happening and not a lot of driving. So I think for the next thing I want to do is really just go back up to the mountains or any touge to just, you know, really enjoy a good drive. And I think I really need that, and I think the channel could use that right now as well, because you guys been going through this journey with me of just bad luck, so gotta switch it up a little bit. I know I mentioned this before in another video, but I am planning to go up to the touges with some friends in the near future. You know, you guys will probably see a Miata on the channel pretty soon. I think that will be really fun for me, and that's for the channel as well. So if you guys didn't know, I used to have a Miata. I think that's going to be great. You know, just Rx8 versus Miata on the touges. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, so you guys can look forward to that. But until then though, I'm probably going to wrap up the video here because I was editing a part of this last night and it's already pretty long, so I don't want to drag this on to be like a 20-something minute video. So I'm going to wrap it up here. So hopefully you guys are having a good day, good night, wherever you are around the world. And until the next one guys, remember to stay safe out there and drive safely. All right, peace.